let's start our discussion. We can connect to any database, like any relational database. We can use an in-memory database. In-memory database is a database that primarily stores data in main memory, that is RAM, instead of on disk. Since RAM is much faster than disk, in-memory DBs are very fast. H2 is a popular lightweight open source in-memory relational database for Java applications. Very fast, ideal for unit or integration test. For yesterday's application, so let's continue. We will create a controller which will connect to our H2 database. So first update the pom.xml, that is we need to provide a dependency for H2 database, and we will use Lombok, that is to avoid writing code for setters, getters, and constructors with argument and default constructors. We can use Lombok. So these are the dependencies we need. Dependency for H2 database, Lombok, and this is for documentation, Swagger documentation. So these are the main three dependencies we need. So we have to put in the pom.xml. The next is application.properties. In application.properties, we need to provide URL, driver class, and username and password. Username is SA for H2 database, password is empty, and we need to provide dialect, that is for H2 database, and update. For time being, I will comment the update statement, that is the property. Let's create a controller, that is employee controller. Before that, we have to create an entity, that is employee entity. So entity which will it has to map to database table, and we can perform all CRUD operations, create, read, update, and delete operations with relational database, that is H2. Let's take employee as a entity. So with this entity, we have to annotate entity, which is from Java Jakarta persistent API, that is one we need to provide. And what are the information we need? We need ID, provide int ID, provide string name, and provide double salary. So let's have these information, the basic information. So ID, actually we need to provide for this employee entity to maintain the uniqueness. Let annotate with ID annotation. So we have to provide, if you are maintaining different table name and the class name is different, so we have to annotate with annotation called as @table. So we will maintain the same name. So no need to provide a table annotation or any column name annotation. Let's have same naming convention in the relational database, that is H2. After creating employee entity, let's create a repository that is of type of interface. So let's take employee repository. So which extends JPA repository. So here we need to provide the entity in which we are going to bind. So that is of type employee, and the primary key, that is integer. So this is a repository. Let's create employee controller. Annotate with REST controller and request mapping /API employee. Let's have two endpoints. One is post, another one is get, to get all employees. Public employee, return type is employee. Save employee. We have to provide argument, that is whatever request body. Let's auto wire So we are auto wiring employee repository. Return type is employee. Okay, so this is of type post mapping. So we have written save employee having argument employee of type request body. Whatever the request coming from the client, so it will bind to employee object, and we are calling repository, and we are saving the employee information. Similarly, we can write get endpoint, that is list of employee, return employee repository dot find all. Provide end, that is get mapping. Basically for post post mapping, that is of endpoint slash employee, and if it is a post request, it will call the save employee. If it is get request, it will call get employees, so which will return all employees. So basically this employee repository, this is, we are extending JPA repository. This is the Spring API, which will provide all the CRUD operations, that is save, find all, update and delete. So we are using all inbuilt I mean the methods, CRUD methods provided by JPA repository. Let's run this application. As soon as you start, so it will create all entities in the H2 database, that is the table it automatically create. If you are running first time, if there is no tables in the database, it will create the all schemas. Okay, so let's try in the browser whether yeah. So H2 database is set, so we can test the connection. The H2 database is working fine properly. Let's connect. So it is having employee table. Okay, the table is empty. So let's try to run our endpoint, try to test. So that is employee controller, which will have post and get methods. So what is API? So that is what is the endpoint? API slash employee. Let's use this Swagger, that is we are using we have configured Swagger. So Swagger is set. We can see all endpoints, whatever we have written that as part of the employee controller. So get and post. Let's test our endpoints, employee endpoints. So first try for this post endpoint. So no need to give ID as the identifier. So give San as the name of the employee and salary. So as part of the employee, so we have to provide all aux constructor and no aux constructor and @data annotation, that is for generating setter and getter methods, no aux constructor methods and all aux constructors. So that is we are generating from the Lombok. So these are the mandatory annotations we have to provide. And so let's try to execute this endpoint. Response code is 200. Let's check in the H2 console. Is successfully inserted in the employee table. Let's try for another record. response code is 200. Let's try. Yes, it's inserted another record, that is Gupta. Let's try for get endpoint. You can see 2 employees as a response, that is San and Gupta.